Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 27th of March 2026, the year of Green Wicks and BSV Terranode in the mix. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post pot on chain. Alright, just a quick one right now because it's getting late. We've got Crypto Club saying BSV versus BTC, the biggest asymmetry in crypto, is about to explode. Well, we'll see what's going to happen there. Daniel Steele says killing Satoshi now in post-production. Looks like filming is wrapped. Look at this. Look at this. Watch Your Guru says Justin, Bitcoin miner, Marathon Digital Mara, sells 15,133 BTC worth over $1 billion. Oof. Oof. They don't want to be holding that hot potato. Time Traveler says a Coinbase CEO is about to be killed by very powerful people. He might know something. So we'll have a quick look at the figures. Got some 365 days of Bitcoin history. It was a hot one today. Yes, it was. Right, let's get into it.
Craig says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
Alright, here we go. So Crypto Club says BSV versus BTC, the biggest asymmetry in crypto, is about to explode. March 2026, BTC is sitting around $70,000 with a $1.41 trillion market cap, 59% dominance. BSV is trading at $14 with a tiny market cap of just $283 to $290 million. This means BTC is 5,000 times larger than BSV. Since 2018, the year BSV was born, actually the ticker symbol was born, but it's been around since 2009, its price has been steadily declining or flat, while BTC rode the digital gold narrative higher and higher. We're witnessing one of the most extreme disconnects in crypto history, the most powerful technology on the planet, priced like a dead project, and this kind of disconnect never lasts forever. Why a BSV versus BTC flippening is becoming dangerously real. 1. The technology gap is already crushing. April 7th, 2026, Chronicles activates the final major upgrade before Terranode. Actually, I think Terranode's already finished. Chronicles is the reactivating of all the operational codes that the Deep State and Blockstream disabled and crippled. Terranode 2026-27 is expected to deliver 1 million transactions per second while keeping full proof of work decentralization. BSV is the only major blockchain that actually scales on chain without layer 2 band-aids. Absolutely. BTC is stuck on 1 megabyte blocks plus Lightning, expensive, slow, increasingly centralized. Well, SegWit made it absolutely centralized. 2. Narrative and regulation winds are shifting. The Clarity Act and federal reports, including Bohein's Genius Act, are increasingly recognizing large-scale proof of work as mature blockchain. BSV is the only one that actually meets the criteria in practice. And in 2026, Hollywood drops Killing Satoshi, a major film with Casey Affleck playing Craig Wright. This could be the biggest narrative catalyst in crypto history. 3 capital flows of real utility. The future belongs to AI agents, micro-transactions and on-chain data. Only BSV can handle this cheaply, instantly and massive scale. Smart builders and creators, not just speculators, are quietly accumulating BSV right now. They see the current price as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that won't stay this cheap for long. Most likely scenario, 2026 to 2028. April-June 2026 Chronicles plus first serious AI app on BSV. Sudden surge in attention, maybe. Fall 2026 movie release, positive regulation, real Bitcoin narrative explodes. 2027 Terranode enterprise adoption, BSV starts pulling in international and retail FOMO money. Could well be. Meanwhile, BTC will struggle with rising fees, Lightning in frustration, and its store of value only story. Result, BSV could deliver 10x to 50x in a relatively short time, while BTC does 2 to 4x or even lags behind relatively. Maybe, doubt it though, but anyway. As in BTC. My probability assessment by end of 2026, 35 to 55%. Oof. By end of 2027, 50 to 65. By end of 2020 to 2028, 65 to 85%. I'm only laughing because my guesstimates are massively over that. Massively over that. Like triple, quadruple figures within months. But anyway, we shall see. This is not a guaranteed outcome, but it's one of the highest risk to reward asymmetries left in the entire crypto market. Right now, BSV's price does not reflect its technology reality. It is a classic market ignorance bubble. When the narrative finally breaks and the catalysts are already lined up, this gap will close fast and violently. The clock has been ticking since 2028. We're now entering the final minutes. Who else can feel it coming? Retweet if you see the flippening approaching. Oof. Look at that. BSV versus BTC, the biggest asymmetry in crypto, is about to explode. Well, exciting times, but we shall have to wait and see. But one of the things we will definitely be seeing is this. Daniel Steele from Lamint says, Killing Satoshi now in post-production. Looks like filming is wrapped. Killing Satoshi, a relentless investigator, dives deep into the cryptic world of cryptocurrency, chasing leads and uncovering secrets in a dangerous quest to expose Bitcoin's mysterious founder. Director Doug Lynham, writer Nick Shank, and stars Casey Affleck and Pete Davidson. Oh, looking forward to that. And Watcher Guru says, just in, Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital Mara sells 15,133 BTC worth over $1 billion. Clearly do not want to be holding that hot potato. I mean, that's a massive hit. They're just like, right, we're done. That is $1 million just gone. Well, converted into fiat stablecoin maybe. But yeah, that's big. That's big. And Time Traveler said Coinbase CEO is about to be killed by very powerful people. And Real Time Mueller says it's all a script, everyone just playing their part. Yeah, it's difficult to say, isn't it? There's so much corruption going on in the world right now. It's hard to know what's truth and what isn't, unless you've been in it from the beginning and you know the truth. Good grief. Talking about some crazy stuff. Alex Brainicoat said here, breaking news, Israel just bombed Russia and they blew up a Russian supply line to Iran. What do you think about this? Well, have a listen.
Some breaking news, Israel just bombed Russia and they've blown up a Russian supply line to Iran. And this supply line carries Russian oil, Russian weapons, etc. And Israel just blew them up. And Russia is preparing to go to war over this. Well, today, Israel has carried out their first attack onto the Caspian Sea. And according to reports, Israel, quote, targeted a supply corridor used by Russia to transport drones, ammunition and other military equipment to Iran. Now, it is worth knowing that Russia is one of the biggest military equipment suppliers to Iran, and vice versa. Iran supplies Russia with their famous Shahed drones, and in return, Russia gives Iran helicopters and missiles and things like that. Well, Russia and Iran both border the Caspian Sea, and rather than sending this equipment by land, they send it through the sea, through a 600-mile long corridor. Russia also has pipelines as part of this supply corridor, and so Israel might have bombed them too. Currently, we don't actually know whether Israel bombed ships which were transporting equipment or whether they bombed these pipelines. The reports are quite vague. All we know is that Israel bombed one of them, or maybe both of them. However, because of how big a deal this is, because Israel has bombed Russian equipment, it suggests that the war might go on for longer. Specifically, in just the last day, Polymarket has predicted that the chance the war with Iran will end by the end of this month has dropped from 18% yesterday to 13% today. And that's because Russia has now been attacked in this war, making it far more likely that Russia will supply more and more equipment and intelligence to Iran to help them fight against Israel, meaning the war will go on for longer. Now, Russia has not officially issued a statement on this yet, even though their own equipment and transport corridor has been blown up. And so it's likely they will, and they'll probably officially just call for peace, as they normally do. But behind the scenes, they're going to be quite mad. A lot happens behind the scenes that we don't hear about. And so, leave me a follow, because once we find out more, I'm going to keep you up to date on all of the global news, especially if Russia continues to help Iran.
Oh my goodness. Nord Stream pipeline, anyone? You know what happened there and the truth came out? Jeepers. Right, let's have a quick look at the figures then. So we've got Great Coin, $66,000. B Crash, 469. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? Bitcoin at $14. $13.64, top left there. Hash rate 0.02. Network nodes 0.17. Transactions though 85% across all the transactions across the Bitcoin forks and 83% of the block size. And remember, hash rate and network nodes are vanity, transactions and block size are sanity. Oh yeah, because wherever the block size is, wherever the block size is, transactions, network nodes, hash rate and price will ultimately follow. Decent blocks coming through here. 22,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Great Coin. Mining Bitcoin at a 8.6% comparable loss. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts. Here we go. Here we are. Global hash rate, 7 days, 24 hours. Great Coin hash rate and pool taking the lead for the first time. I haven't seen this in years, I don't think. In years. Foundry USA pulled down to 24.31. B Crash, other miners 16.6. Fisher Price Cash, other miners back on there 13.19. And we'll actually have to have a look at the mining on what's on chain, obviously. Here we go. Tal Terranode 19.1, Kuv 17.8, QD-Link 14.3, others 13.7, Gorilla Pool 10.9, Tal Terranode 7.53, SA100 6.85, Mole Pool 5.48, Mining Dutch 3.42, and Gorilla Node 0.68. Wow. Let's have a look at the dashboard then. How many transactions we've got? 3.7 million over the last 24 hours. That's pretty great. Worth comparing, I think. Here we go. What have we got? Beating the charts, yellow, 3.7 million. Yep, they correlate. Good stuff. Right, check this one out on the 26th of March because we missed this one yesterday. 2014, the IRS policy document declares Bitcoin to be property, not currency, subject to capital gains tax. With that tax calculated against every change in buying power for a given amount of Bitcoin from the time it's acquired to the time it's spent. Good luck with that. 26th of March 2020, the property floor of Lightning. That was a blog post on Craig Wright's website there. On the 26th of March 2020, so we're now 6 years ago, Craig Wright logged into anonymousspeech.com website using the Satoshi at vistomail.com email. Credentials to access the Satoshi profile account, showing the purchase of the domain bitcoin.org and hosting services. The anonymous speech website was closed the following day and never came back online. The Vistomail service would also later be shut down. We all remember this. Let's have a listen. This is a video for newbies to examine and analyse the recent Craig Wright anonymous speech video. We'll first view the video and then we'll do an analysis on the second rerun of it. The first thing we notice about the video is the copyright date, which is at 1996 to 2009. And here we have the domain and hosting registrations of bitcoin.org, the hosting and the website, with order ID 8125 being bitcoin.org hosting and order number 8126 being the domain name registration of bitcoin.org. And here we can see the duration of the hosting of the domain name and the registration and the amount that was paid in euros. At the top here we can see it says log out and then Satoshi, which means the profile is already logged into. And we can see the website is saying that this profile user has membership until the 7th of December 2009. And here we have the individual logging into the site, presumably showing his own passport, which says Craig Stephen Wright, the Australian man who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto. When the cabal say we are all Satoshi, this is the one man that they claim isn't. only the individual with the login credentials to this profile would be able to access it. So this video proves conclusively that the man with the possession of Craig Wright's passport has access to the anonymousspeech.com website and has purchased the bitcoin.org domain name and hosting services. This is extremely significant because an alternative protocol was created in August of 2017. And the crypto exchanges listed this new protocol as BTC, which took with it the market price. Craig Wright was outed as being Satoshi Nakamoto by both Gizmodo and Wired magazine in December of 2015. Both Gavin Andresen and John Matonis, co-founders of the Bitcoin Foundation, also admitted publicly that they thought Craig Wright was the creator of Bitcoin and the man behind the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. This would later follow articles released in The Economist and the BBC. Craig Wright has always claimed that the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin, with the chain of signatures still intact that goes right the way back to the Genesis block, now carries the ticker symbol BSV, and that BTC is passing itself off as Bitcoin, making it one of the largest frauds in financial history. Ooh, condemning and compelling evidence there. Would you believe it? Carrying on the 27th of March 2011, Bitcoin launches the first exchange to trade Bitcoin and British pound sterling. Just days later, on March 31st, Bitcoin Brazil opens a service for face-to-face exchange in Brazil reals and US dollars. Oof. So that was 2011. Whoa, 15 years ago. 27th of March 2019, How to Make a Brain Wallet. That was a blog by Craig Wright. 27th of March 2020, Craig Wright logged into anonymousspeech.com website on the 26th of March 2020 using the Satoshi@vistomail.com credentials to access the Satoshi profile account, showing the purchase of the domain bitcoin.org and hosting services. The anonymousspeech.com website went offline on the 27th of March 2020 for maintenance and never came back online. So 6 years ago today was when it went down for maintenance and never came back. I wonder why. And on the 27th of March 2023, NVIDIA calls cryptocurrency useless for society. Says its graphic cards are better used for AI. Would you believe it? Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Amazing stuff. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it as ever. Be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
I understand.
Do you?
Do you? This is it. I'm telling you, this is it.
The king still has one more move.